Q&A segment, guys. We're gonna do that. We'll probably spend about 10 minutes on it because I don't know. Last week's episode was an hour and a half. The week before that wasn't an hour and a half. It was like an hour and 13. So we'll spend about 10 minutes on it. I don't know how long this discussion is gonna be anyway. If you guys have anything you want us to debate about for the Q&A segment, please send us an email to Social Junkie Pod, SOCIALJUNKIEPOD. I had to make sure I spelled it right because I was like, I'm gonna look stupid if I don't. At gmail.com. Send us anything you want us to debate about. We're not gonna read your fucking name. We're just gonna say what we think. We ain't gonna say your gender no more. We're just gonna read the question. How about that?
No, we gotta read.
No, we
gotta
don't.
know what their gender
is. If it
is.
relates more to the question, then we will. If it just doesn't matter, if this nigga asks us what do we think about Bob Marley, we don't have to say their gender. Where does Bob Marley rank on your top radars? We don't say that's man or woman. SocialJunkiePod at gmail.com, guys. I have something to discuss. I have to go to the questionnaire. I think I saw something like this like on the Shade Room, but I kind of like mix it up a little bit. Shade Room posted a question like this, but I kind of added my own little stuff to it. All right, here's the question. This nigga hates me. He hates when I do my own questions. What would you do
for a Klondike bar?
What would you say the name of this episode is? Long socks and Crocs. What would you do if you were on a date with your girl and she called you by her ex's name by mistake? This is a two-part question. Is the relationship over right then and there? That's the question. Is that not a good question? If she and you knew that was her ex's name, what would you guys do, my niggas out there, my brothers, my black kings and queens? Well, I can't say queens.
It would depend on.
Well, you could go for girls' school.
It would depend on
how she said it.
No, it would depend on the next question. Are you talking to your ex?
No.
So
well, as far as you know, she's not.
Whoa. Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. It would be dependent on that.
But that shouldn't matter. She still called you nigga's name. That shouldn't matter.
I don't think I'd break up with her over that.
Well, so what would you do? That's the question. What would you do if she called you?
Talk about that. Like, why you call me this nigga's name? Why that nigga?
Like y'all were on a date and she said it.
Do I look Spanish? Do I look Hispanic to you?
You so fucking. Brandon, what'd you say? The fuck you just say?
Do I look Hispanic to you?
So would you leave the date? Would the date be over?
Date would be over though.
Date would be over.
That part ruined my mood.
Has that ever happened?
But I don't know. I'm not gonna say that the relationship would be over.
At that point.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
But why is his name on her mind?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I had to get down to. You gotta dig.
But you can dig, but you might not never know the truth because a woman will keep what she wants in that closet. A woman will keep them secrets in the closet.
Well, either way, you gonna go off a whim on saying that she just break up based on the name, or try to figure out what?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't leave either. I'd be like, you mother. I don't think that's ever happened to me. I'm trying to think.
That's never happened to me.
I've called somebody a name. Not in my current relationship. This is a long, long time ago. I've said, I don't even think I was dating this girl, but I've said a name and it wasn't her name. But
you mean his name?
Yeah. You see what he does, guys? That should tell you a lot about him and the thing he said earlier.
Such a chap-lipped
if
ass
we don't
up.
cut it out. That's an old one, guys. He gonna come with something new pretty soon. What else you got?
Close your ass cheeks. Them should smell.
That's not any better. And this nigga's lips is white as fuck right now talking to me about this shit.
They're not.
I promise you,
they're
guys.
not.
If you go in this video and zoom in, literally when I looked after he said that, I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? What the fuck is this guy talking about? And I didn't even see if he looked at me after I said that, but I'm gonna go back and look. But let's stick to the question. Let's stick to the question.
I answered the question
already. I don't think it's never happened to me, but I wouldn't say relationship's gonna be over. I'd be highly upset though. I'd probably be mad. Because like Brandon said, like, why is it, well, like I said, why is it, hey, Cliff.
You trying to stay still.
Hey, you on the phone? You on the phone?
This nigga big, after doing legs.
What would you do if you was on a date with your girl and she called you by her ex's name by mistake? This nigga always laughs. Man.
You always laugh after we ask a question.
That's it. I'm just gonna laugh and leave. You got the bill though.
This is the girl. This is your
girlfriend, like the girl that you've been with.
Yeah, she gonna pay the bill and she gonna stay by herself. I'll leave it.
Is the relationship over at that point?
Over.
Oh, you going too far
Nah, you
now.
going too far.
What you
How
drinking?
You mistaking somebody for your ex. If you've been together for a long time, that name shouldn't be on her present day.
Okay, but you're not even investigating the issue
Okay,
further. You just dubbing it.
Let's say you
after
were
you put in time.
Let's say you would
She
have.
can try and make up for it. Call me later and might feel a little better. But at that point in time, it's kind of like...
This motherfucking capping. All you gotta say is, Cliff, I'll top you down right now. He gonna forget all about that.
That's an effort. I'll take it.
If you with her for a year and that happened.
Yes, that's a problem. If you ask for a whole year and then she just ends up saying that name just like that, that's okay.
I mean, everybody.
I don't know if the relationship's over, but I'd be
Have you
mad.
done that before? Have you that even crossed your mind to that before?
Nah.
I've done that before,
I'm not
but it
crazy.
wasn't a girl like that. That was a long time ago.
But it wasn't a girl you were talking to heavily.
Yeah, it was. It was a girl talking to her. She was mad. She was pissed.
You wildin'.
Yeah, she was mad.
How did you even come across that? What was going to be your brain when you said that?
We were on the
Yeah,
phone.
so you
We were
were
on the
like-
phone too. It wasn't like it was in person. We was on the phone. This was like in high
I mean,
school.
it makes it a little okay, but still.
And this was high school. Yeah, it was high school. It was high school.
But you admit that to do that nowadays, that's a little wild.
Yeah, you do that shit now. You can't.
But I still wouldn't do. I wouldn't.
You won't
leave
dub
my-
it after that.
I won't.
But you wouldn't be suspicious. About
Yeah, of course I
everything
would
she
be
does
suspicious
afterwards.
of that. But I
But
wouldn't
like I
just-
was telling him, you can dig and be like, okay, why the fuck? A female's only gonna let you know so much. She ain't gonna, even if she is fucking with that nigga, she ain't gonna
She's
tell
not
you.
gonna tell you.
Okay, but case in point, that still doesn't change the fact that you're not just gonna leave her just for saying somebody else's name like that.
Clearly, her mind is out of the relationship already.
I don't know. You can slip up on that shit. I don't know.
Was the name common?
You'd have
Like
to.
Jill or Jane?
No, let's say
You would have to freaking.
let's say she called you, Morpheus.
that takes a lot of things to think about. Right? Like, your name is Brandon.
That wasn't that funny to me. That was kind of lame, actually.
It was.
That was
I
kind of.
laughed.
Why are you laughing at it?
It was that big. I had to laugh. Your name is Brandon.
You got sympathy laughed over
Hey,
here from this dude.
Hey, it's not lame if both niggas laugh, guys. If both niggas
I didn't
laugh,
laugh.
it's not
Okay,
lame.
let's
This
think about it. Your
nigga
name is Brandon, right? Your name is
This nigga
Pete, right? How much, like, simpler could your names be to get mixed up? Those are common names. If she called you Q, maybe that's the only issue. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, she might be saying,
QRSTUV.
It's gonna be funny when y'all girls call y'all Morpheus now. You know, go be laughing. This nigga's not gonna be laughing. Oh, this nigga, right? He tried so hard.
If that happens, you already know there's a mental miscommunication. Yeah, I wouldn't take that lightly. A year? And she call you out your name by somebody else?
Yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah, that's fucked up. I don't know if I'd dub it right then and there though.
Everything she does after that's gonna be suspect. Everything she does after that's gonna be suspect.
I'm not saying that it's not. I'm not saying
Would
it's
you want to
not.
live in that kind of fear?
Bro, I'd have to try my best to see if I can get down to it. And if I can't, then I'll have to make a decision after that. I'm not gonna do it, dub it right then and there. Makes sense.
Okay, I won't say I dub it, but I will distance myself from the situation. I think that's fair.
Oh
She can Uber home. She got her phone. Full charge.
My thing is, if you question her at all, I don't see what's
yeah. Okay, so what, you just not gonna question
I mean,
her at
no.
all and just break up?
because you
Think
said
about
that
that.
you're good at, because you're saying that I still have to make a decision. You're gonna have to make a decision right then and there. She ain't gonna tell you what you want to know.
She's not-
Regardless.
Okay, I
That's what I
understand.
think.
Okay, so it's better to just not ask at all. It's better to just be like, you know what, you said his name, that's it, we're finished.
Okay.
That's how it's gonna go, because that's
No,
what I'm saying.
And you gotta think about it. If she responds to that a certain type of way, that'll give you all you need to know.
Yeah.
If she's just
Okay,
like-
well, this still involves a response, right? It still involves a response, and you waiting on a response.
But you have to control the narrative. If you try to press it from her, she's never gonna give it to you. If you can show like you were already on your way out, like you could mentally disconnect yourself,
Sick
at
of
least
think
from the
about
way
this
out,
one.
then she knows that's not gonna have power over her. Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Girls be liking to, okay, I'm not gonna say all girls, generalizing, but it's typical of girls to be able to use those situations to their advantage. We are not as good as that, as men. We don't have that kind of finesse, but they do.
They hit you with that old shit. Bitch, you ate
I'm
my
gonna
fucking
go
hot
to the
pocket.
past.
Bitch, you ate my hot pocket last night. So what?
Well, I saw the girl I could pick 3 years ago. Like, come on. They have their ways, but for me, I'm just like, at least distance yourself so you don't have to worry. If you're angry or something like that, you'll distance yourself from that. Or if you're not angry and you just want to make a statement, it's a pretty good one, I think. You know, it's a little something.
That's a tough one. I didn't think we was gonna get this deep. Thanks, man.
I'm just saying, though.
We appreciate it. You've been through this before. This happened to you.
I've had some simple shit happen before. I'm gonna lie. And one time, I think the last time I broke with the girl, I walked away from her just like that. We were in the parking lot after we went to a function.
It's a difference though between.
If she called you somebody's name?
Not something else simply, but not. It wasn't like that. It wasn't that, but something on a similar level.
Tell me what it was. I want to know.
Yeah, I want to know too.
I don't know. We were done with something.
He knows.
And I met her on her,
He
something like that, and then she curved it, saying something. Okay, the whole night I was really like not vibing with the way she was dancing or anything. I was being petty, but I was still being there for her. So after I was already like close to just on the edge of just like, man, get away from me. But I'm still trying to be nice. And she said something afterwards that just was something petty. It wasn't even like the whole night I'm putting up with you in this one thing you're not tolerating.
That took you.
That took me off. I was just like, all right then. Walked away, drove away, and she called back like 2 days later. Well, that's the thing. But at that point, she's ready to tell you everything. You know what I'm saying? She's ready to communicate that with you.
Or communicate a lie.
That she had 2 days to think about.
Exactly.
Okay, but she's still gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, he's right. He's right.
Well, what I'm saying
but at
is,
least you can tell that she really wants to.
What I'm saying is, nobody here, including you, you're gonna take consideration if, in case you've been in a relationship. Let's say not a year. Let's say 3 years. You're not just gonna dub a female just because of that. You're not doing that.
A long time.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You're not just going to.
So it
dub
changes
a
if it's
female.
longer. It changes if it's.
That's
longer.
what I'm saying. You gotta answer it true.
By that point, I don't know. She's just old. This shit just happened because she's old. I would still be concerned though.
I'm not saying not be concerned. I'm saying it's not just gonna be. I understand if it's like a year, but at that point, at any point in this, you're not just gonna dub it. Okay. Unless it's like 2 months or something like that, you're not gonna. If it's like 2 months, I would understand it. But from a year to 3 years, 2 years, 5 years, you're not just dubbing your girl, leaving your girl there to be like, you're gonna try to ask what's up.
No. I wouldn't put it past a girl that belongs that does it intentionally either. Okay, put it this way: do you know the ex personally? Do you know the ex?
I don't.
He's been around.
You familiar?
You've seen him. Let's say for this situation, you've seen him before.
Okay,
you don't like know him like that's your boy, but
you don't think she at any point let that happen on purpose?
What? Oh, that you seen him?
No, let that name slip. That particular ex. It wasn't like another ex. It was that
if
one.
she doing that, then you don't need to be with her.
Okay, you're changing the question.
No, he did that.
See these motherfuckers right here, bro. Nah, but this is why I don't like you asking no fucking questions, bro. You are changing the shit.
He did that. I didn't say nothing.
He did that because it changes the dynamic of the question. If the ex is around, if the ex is around, it changes the dynamic of the damn question.
Okay, so what was the question initially? Was the ex not around? The ex is completely out of sight.
Correct.
Well, we didn't say all that, but I guess we're assuming here.
What makes it worse then? If the ex is around.
If the ex is around, of course. If the ex is around, yes.
Okay, I think it's worse if she's not. If the ex is not around.
Oh, he might be right. He might be right.
If she's still thinking about her ex.
He might be right.
After all that time.
Bro, niggas remember old relationships that they have, and they might not act upon it,
but
bro.
But you know for a fact, you don't think about the same kind of pleasure that you do other ones. Oh no, you know for a fact I left that girl for a reason. Unless she that good, that girl just kind of mediocre in certain things. Okay, but you know that they don't just slip out randomly. There has to be some emotional connection or something. You might be ready to let go of something, and you let go the name. There has to be something that prompts it, some emotional connection.
I didn't think we was gonna get this deep about this. Nigga, you mad at me? He changed the question. I ain't do shit.
I didn't change the question. I just added a parameter.
You did add a parameter.
I didn't there was just a parameter. I'm just saying, because you gotta think about it. If at the end of the day you feel this way about this girl, that hardly are you really compromising yourself by letting her have that kind of liberty?
So the ex matters to you. The amount of time you've been in a relationship. That's the two things that matter. That's the two things.
I can't lie. I haven't been in a long relationship.
Wait, why the fuck does the ex matter at any point? It's an ex.
It shouldn't.
Okay.
But if you're bringing up the name.
No, he was saying.
If you stay in that relationship, it kind of has to matter a little bit.
He was saying, like, is he around or not?
Oh.
He was saying that matters if the ex is around or not. And she says her name. Any girl talking to her ex, if you with her, that should say something right there. If you fucking with a girl and she's still talking to her ex, that should say something right there to me. I've never messed with a girl that's still talking to her ex. I ain't never did that. I've never done that. Oh, you done that?
You did that before?
You've messed with a girl that's
No. I'm just saying. I don't know how that would be.
Yeah.
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 I don't know. Okay, that's I don't know. That's dude. If that's the case, you might have to deal with a whole lot of different things.
You say what's the longest relationship you been in?
Probably 8 months.
This nigga
Get
said
out of here. For real?
Nigga, you're a fucking liar.
You're a liar,
I'm
bro.
not lying. That's it.
For real? 8 months? Damn.
That's what I said. A year. I have.
You're the problem.
Damn.
You're correct. I like for the night.
I'm just fucking with this nigga. You see how he looked at me when I pointed? He got scared.
It looked like he hurt his
All right,
feelings
guys.
for a little bit.
All right, we'll talk about this more off mic. What do you guys think? What is the question again? I forgot what the fucking question was. What do you do if you're on a date with your girl and she called you by her ex's name by mistake? The females for you too. This question can go both ways. Is the relationship over right then and there? I can put this on TikTok.